Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. An Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 14. In a moment, first off, I love this cover. Oh my god, I mentioned this in my This Week in Comics that just came out yesterday. But Peter just sitting there chilling, drinking coffee, and Rhino comes running in. I'm just like, oh my god, this is just one of the coolest covers. There's always those cool covers that you remember throughout comic book history. Could this be one of them? Maybe. I'm not going to say that it's, in the top tier memorable ones. But oh yeah, man, this is like it's not Captain America Annual number 8 worthy or something like that, or issue number 340 or 350 of the Incredible Hulk worthy. But this right here, oh yeah, this is going to be one of the memorable ones at least. Anyway, I'm also going to tell you why this is probably the perfect Spider-Man series out currently out of all of them, and in a long time. But first, we got to talk about who made the comic book. So, let's get into this. This is Family Matters Part 1. Nick Spencer is the writer. Chris Bachalo is the penciler and the colorist, and they emphasize and. Al Vey and Wayne Fleischer and, John Livesey and Tim Townsend are the inkers. VC's Joe Caramonga is on letters. Ryan Otley and Nathan Fairbairn doing the cover art, and there's a lot of variant cover artists. Actually, it's not that many. Okay, fine. Greg Land did the Conan vs. Marvel Villains one, and the Guardians of the Galaxy one was Gerald Perel. So anyway, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko created Spider-Man. So we get this totally awesome beginning where all of a sudden I'm finally understanding why they've been showing. I knew that Kraven was going to be doing some stuff in this, and this series was going to be leading up to a really awesome event where Kraven the Hunter starts actually hunting Spider-Man. But I didn't know why they were putting what's his face in here, Master of Murder World Arcade. I didn't know why they're putting Arcade in here. This issue, all of a sudden I just think to myself, how am I so stupid that I didn't realize exactly what was going on? Oh man, Nick Spencer, man, love you, baby, love you, dude. This guy's just sick. He's awesome. I am definitely looking forward to that Kraven's next hunt, I guess we should call it. That'd be a good one. The what was that clone conspiracy thing that that came out like last year? Why his family is still, Kurt Connors' family, the Lizard's family, is still alive is explained in here fully. 100% fully. Briefly, blink and you miss it. But it's explained, and it's like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. Shoot, that was easy. Dude, like I said, Nick Spencer, awesome writer. I got to get into the art really quick. A lot of people are not going to like this particular art style. You saw what they're already showing. I can show you a little bit more. I know there's going to be a lot of people who aren't a huge fan of this art style, but let me tell you something right now, okay? Let me tell you something. There's a lot of inkers on here, and it kind of shows. But, I like this style of art. I really do. For the way that the story is being told, this is actually a really good art style. I'm going to take it a step further. Does the arts and the covers, right? Bachalo does the art and the colors? Yeah. Stuff like that really stands out here. Look at everything that's in black and white. Things that are not memories, though. Things that are not seemingly important, yet somehow going to have some bearing in the story, even just a little bit. Okay, look again. That wine glass is going to have a little bit of bearing in the story. And there's, of course, Spider-Man remembering all this stuff. And you're thinking this page is just going to go into, oh no, it's another Spider-Man origin. No, only the first 2 paragraphs. Read them, because what follows is actually pretty interesting. It's more than just an origin story. It's a very important backdrop that you need to understand for how the story is going to continue. I love the way that Aunt May is drawn in here. I love the way that everybody's drawn in here. Huge props to Bachalo for what he's doing in this comic book, man. Please stay, okay? Please stay on this comic book. My opinion, I hope that if I could see how this art style could be a little bit, I don't know, controversial, but, a couple people, debating on if they like it or not. And, dude, just, guys, heads up. If you call somebody's art trash or garbage, not only am I going to ignore you, but depending on the severity of what you're writing, I might just block you from the channel. So if you don't like my channel, just go away. All right? But I mean, that's that. But I do not appreciate people saying that. I can't tell you, it's more than I could count on 2 hands. People that I have blocked from the channel for saying, the art is garbage, it's just trash. Keep using words like that. You will be gone. I understand that sometimes you don't like something, but there are better, more mature words to use. you know, I don't like the art. It doesn't work for me. It really doesn't work for me. I hate the art style. Okay, that's cool. Calling it garbage, calling it trash, do better. How about that? I hate the idea of tempering people's words, and I'm not going to temper your words, but I don't have any requirement to allow you to keep on using those kinds of words on my channel. Just pointing that out there. Anyway, that's how strongly I feel about when people draw, because I know how hard it is to draw. All right, I know it's ridiculously hard to draw, and I can't color to save my life. But this specifically, man, this is actually, for me, this is incredible. At first, I'm like, I don't think I like this art. And then just the way the story's progressing and looking at it, I love the art. It didn't grow on me. It took about a second and I was possessed. How about that? This art possessed me in a good way. As far as why I think this story, and I love the little team up and the fist bump. Oh, God. When you see it in here, it's great. Taskmaster is not punked out. You're going to think in the beginning he's punked out. Nope. That gets changed around real freaking quick. Really freaking quick. I've seen some people saying, I don't like the way that Nick Spencer treats Taskmaster. You can change your mind in this one, bruh. Why do I think that this is probably the best Spider-Man comic book that's come out in a while? Let's see if I can explain this. Everybody knows who the hell Peter Parker is. For crying out loud, you can't tell us who Superman is, because we already know. You can just keep on telling amazing stories where, yes, he's super powerful, but he's a human under that alien exterior. His heart is human, essentially. You know what I mean, right? It's an analogy. It's a metaphor. But anyway, what do you call it? Batman. The only thing you really do is delve deeper into his psychology. We already know he's the best there is at what he does, and what he does is everything. Kind of like Wolverine. There's a whole bunch of characters that we know, and you just can't tell us anything new about the character without us just being like, dude, what the frig? Yet Nick Spencer comes along, and he makes a Spider-Man comic book where I've been noticing it and commenting on it, where Spider-Man is not the focus of every story in here. In fact, there are times when he won't even appear in the comic book except in a lousy panel or two, and yet the comic is still amazing. And now I'm starting to understand even better why. He's telling us the story around Spider-Man. He's telling us the supporting cast of Spider-Man, the heroes and the villains, and just people who are just in his lives, people who enhance Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man's lives. This is a different approach that I have never seen before, and especially not sustained like this. You can have an issue or two, or even an arc, where, oh yeah, man, no, this was mostly focused on such and such and such. Like they did that really well with Eddie Brock. We learned a whole lot about Eddie Brock, and it was amazing in the Spider-Man comics. This is not just an arc, though. This is a run. And this run is, of course, the Amazing Spider-Man, but damn it, we are learning so much about the people around him, because those stories, while they've been, you know, told, they've not been told to the extent of any other character out there. And who's got a bigger and better rogues gallery in the Marvel Universe? All right, Flash and Batman aside, who's got a better rogues gallery in the Marvel Universe than Spider-Man? So this is perfect. Once again, Nick Spencer doing a freaking fantastic job on this book. Oh, also, there's some guy out there who's saying that I'm riding Nick Spencer. Newsflash, and I'm going to politely call you jackass. Don't tell me what I'm doing, because if you had any brains or any kind of research ability on your own, Nick Spencer's not on Twitter. He's on Instagram. And I don't advertise this book on Instagram. So unless someone, some way, somehow gets in touch with Nick Spencer and says, oh my God, this guy's talking good about you, you know, like a lot of other people out there, Nick Spencer is never going to see what I do. In fact, when I met Nick Spencer, he did recognize me. You know how he recognized me? Oh yeah, you're the guy that did the interview with Kate. He told me about you. That's it. He didn't see it. Nothing. So there's that. Man, we all love to talk and assume things. Maybe you're writing me. Go away. Anyway, guys, I love this comic book. Writing Nick Spencer or otherwise. This was a good comic book. The art really was freaking fantastic. Look, I like Ryan Ottley on the book. He's amazing on the book, also on Amazing Spider-Man. But there's just something about the way that this comic book is drawn. I really like it. I want to stick around. Anyway, guys, enough of that. Also, I was a little salty in this episode. Whatever. Anyway, guys, for all the guys who left positive comments about the book, about me, about whatever, love you guys. No news is good news. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.